Hello everyone, welcome to IndieVoice, here to bring you a cyberpunk world filled with action, destruction, chaos, and all the above, a cyber world. And the name of that game is called The Ascent. Now this game is available right now on Steam, as this is the Steam version here, and this game is wonderful. It is colorful, it is action-packed, decent-ish story, and a lot of great things you can do along the way. The whole entire story of The Ascent. Welcome to the Ascent Group, the arcology and corporate-run metropolis, stretched high into the sky and filled with creatures from all over the galaxy. You play as a worker enslaved by a company that owns you and everyone else in the district. One day, you are suddenly caught in a vortex of catastrophic events. The Ascent Group shuts down for unknown reasons, and the survival of your district is threatened. You must take up arms and embark on a new mission to find out where it all started.
You belong to the corporation. Can you survive without it?
In my personal experience with playing The Ascent, this game is definitely way out of what I expected when I first saw the trailer and some of the gameplay features, and this game is wow, you definitely took the time into bringing as much action-packed as you can into one game. Now, the thing is, this game, you can play the entire game by yourself. It gets a little harder, or you can work together with up to 3 friends in a local or online co-op type experience. And this playthrough, I pretty much played just by myself to see how the game would be, and it is a tad bit harder, but it does get a lot easier along the way, depending on the abilities that you acquire throughout this entire gameplay experience. You get to customize your character with cyberware that suits your playstyle, putting in new skill points to level up yourself, followed by the various augmentations that you take down your enemies in new creative ways, the aim low and high, switch your weapons, equip with lethal gadgets, take cover and use your destructible environments at your advantage, and keep adjusting your tactic as you face new enemies. In my particular experience, I've died about 3 to 5 times, because sometimes you forget how powerful things are, and you do forget sometimes that you need to duck behind things. It's not really pointed out, but it does take time to get used to on how the controls work throughout the Ascent. But this game does have its downsides, but there are mostly all positives that overrun the negatives throughout this gameplay. Now, this game definitely brings a whole Diablo / Cyberpunk 2077 throughout this entire scenery, gameplay, and how you're using cyberware to help you throughout the entire levels and enemies you get to fight, bosses. It's an all-around, this game is just really good. It's really fantastic on how they really made this so immersive and how the game is definitely a cyber-filled world. Now, the pros and cons for The Ascent are pros. Very colorful, really vibrant world, well-designed characters and great story, great cutscenes, and it definitely keeps you interested on how there's so much action involved with each and every area that you go to. There's not one person throughout this entire level that you will not face that wants to shoot you or otherwise throw explosives or deal with the constant threat of overrun amount of enemies coming towards you. Now, the cons for this game are there are some things that do aggravate me just a little bit when playing this game, which is the troll-like characters that set things on the ground. There really isn't many ways that you can take them down besides the fact on waiting for them to get to an area where you can blow them up. There are the slight bit camera issues that I have experienced throughout, followed by you kind of do forget to not duck behind things. There really isn't much of an indication to show you to duck behind something, but I guess using everything you can use as a barrier or cover to get away from shots that are flying towards you. All in all, not much of a bad thing. Nothing that's going to make me go, this game sucks in any sort of way. It's just some things that really need to be helped or at least pointed out. Now, the verdict I give for The Ascent, this game is all around really fun, really well done. The team that worked on this game definitely took the time into doing this and making this as cyberpunk filled as possible, followed by the RPG elements and how this feels like Diablo, but also more Cyberpunk 2077. Sorry, I do compare these games because it definitely brings a lot of that to mind. Now, the verdict I give for the Ascent a must try. Now, the reason why I give this game a must try is because this is something that maybe not many people are interested in the Diablo-like playstyle, but also it does get a little bit more difficult when it comes to a solo playthrough, but playing with friends also makes this 12 times as better as possible. Now, I'm not saying solo is bad. Solo is actually really well done also. But thank you for liking, commenting, and definitely subscribing. Check out the Ascent. It's available now.